Hi everyone, this is Edge again from Edge Plays. I'm doing another one of my thoughts of the week or month, thoughts of the month at this point. Apologies for not doing one more recently last week, especially more closer to the reveal of Resident Evil 8. There's been a lot of stuff in the news at the moment, some cool new gaming situations have happened, and I'm like, I've been kind of getting into them a bit more, which has been kind of fun. This isn't scripted, by the way, this is just my general thoughts. So apologies now if I sound a bit and ahhing. It's early morning. I've got a holiday for once, so I'm sort of kind of catching up on the backlog of games I've been playing. Really enjoying playing through at the moment. The game you're watching at the moment is Trails of Cold Steel 4. It's one of the games that I would seriously recommend playing if you have never played the series before. This is the third one, maybe fourth one in the series. I know that some people might correct me on this one, because you've got Trails in the Sky, and then there's the Crossbell arc. I'm really hoping to play some of the older ones, because from what I can tell, a lot of the characters cross over from each one, so it's got a nice bit of lore building, and I really want to see where it goes from the past into the future at the moment, which has been good fun. So yeah, two big things that I've kind of noticed recently is that one of them is Resident Evil 8, and they did a showcase of what it looked like, some of the features from it, such as the Duke, who's kind of reminiscent maybe of the Merchant in terms of you buying upgrades and guns and so forth. I won't lie, it does have a very Final Fantasy, after the brain edge, very much a Resident Evil 4 feel. In terms of the village, the castle looks amazing. I had a watch of the demo of the Maiden, and I'm kind of glad I didn't get to play that, because I'm like, fuck. It is quite scary looking a little bit, which is quite nice. Atmosphere looks great. I know it's coming out on the PS5 this May. I'm hoping that by the time I've completed Resident Evil 7, I'll have leveled up enough to be consistently okay at the game and then be ready for it. If you've watched the channel before, I've been doing some of the horror games on the side, like Resident Evil 2 Remake and 3 Remake. So it seems to sort of suggest I should go into this one. And I did love Resident Evil 4, so I'm intrigued to see a bit more about the game in terms of the mechanics, in terms of the combat. I won't lie, it felt very clunky at first with the combat, maybe with Resident Evil 7 for me at first, but it's making a bit more sense. So it's just trying to learn it a bit more, and I must be prepared for that. The other big thing that I've been kind of excited about is just the announcement recently of the next expansion for Final Fantasy XIV. This one is called Endwalker, and apparently is the last one in the base storyline, or the main storyline, which is the Hydaelyn vs Zodiac story. I'm going to have to be very careful in terms of what I say, because I know N7 Kate has started to briefly play on occasion the game, and I know that I can be quite bad for spoilers, so I'll try to avoid it as much as I can. I'm looking forward to it. New class stage looks like a lot of fun. The themes and story. Shadowbringers was one of my most favourite games of for a long time in terms of the story. I am looking forward to this one. Currently, I have been very deep in doing the relic weapon quests. So if anyone is a Final Fantasy XIV nut or fan, they'll know at the moment there's a Bosnian Southern Front, and you can do what's called a relic weapon. And the current step at the moment is a little bit of a grind. I've managed to finish it off one weapon, so after that, my brain is dead. I suppose I could just pace myself, but the problem with this sort of content, from what people keep telling me, is that do it now. If you are doing Final Fantasy XIV and you're looking to do the relic weapon, get it done now, because I don't know how easy it will be to do it later on, especially with the hot fixes that are bringing in soon. Especially if you haven't even started it yet, because one of the key requisites is you need to have done Castrum, which is a 24-man, is it? No, 48-man dungeon, which has a timer, so you don't get to choose when to go in. So that one's going to be bottlenecked almost in terms of people doing it. So I don't know how that's going to be perceived. But yeah, A lot of good news in gaming front at the moment. Also, this month coming out Persona 5 Strikers, which I'm really looking forward to playing. I know that I would, if people want me to do it, by the way, a playthrough of that, I definitely can do. I know at the moment on a Wednesday I'm doing multiplayer Wednesdays with Kate and Dante, and we're currently doing Ghost of Tsushima. That's not going anywhere in terms of the multiplayer stuff, whether that be with me or with, say, Kate and Dante or Kate and Fish. If anyone is wanting to watch these sort of Wednesday things, please do. They have been a lot of fun. They originally kind of started when we were doing Resident Evil 5, and have just kind of exploded. So it's kind of been fun to be able to play with other people. And this is kind of a nice little highlight for a Wednesday, really. That's at 8 o'clock 8 o'clock tonight on a Wednesday. And then on Sundays, obviously, I am slowly, but very surely, getting through Resi 7. Now, normally, that's a much quicker video series, but because I've never played it before, it is going a little bit slower than normal. But I will redeem myself, hopefully, in that one. But yeah, obviously I'm still playing Ghost of Tsushima at the moment. Really, really enjoying that game. With the multiplayer especially, it is one of my highlight games for this generation. Especially with how the year's been with obviously some things like Cyberpunk 2077. With a lot of sort of controversy with Avengers. There's a lot of games that have been coming out or being delayed or postponed that have just kind of had a bit of controversy, and it's nice to sort of have something to kind of enjoy. I haven't played Cyberpunk yet. I've been told to wait. I mean, I'm on a PS4, so I kind of feel like I'd shoot myself in the foot if I did. But I do intend to play it eventually. Hopefully, if they ever fix it fully. Which we'll have to wait and see, won't we? But yeah, very, very excited for what stuff's coming out at the moment. I believe Persona 5 Strikers comes out in the next couple of weeks, so if I do pick up a copy, I will let people know what I think of it. This game, by the way, if people want to see more of this one, which I'm playing at the moment, which is Cold Steel 4, this is the last one in the current storyline. I'm really enjoying it. I know Kate's bought the first one. I hope she enjoys it. And, oh yeah, there's another one coming out, like a sort of a next story arc one, which I hope is coming out this year or next year, for us, at the very least. Generally enjoying it. They do come out in like multi-parts, so if you want to buy this one, I would recommend play number 3 first. I'll even start with number 1 in, so they're all available on PS4, by the way. Normally, if you find them on offer, they're quite cheap, and they do have cross-play. So, in terms of save files go across. So whatever you've mainly done in the first game can affect the second game, and then with the third game affecting the fourth, for example. So not as much as like Mass Effect may have done with some of their early titles, but it does take into account things you've certainly done, which I think is quite nice. But that's the thoughts of my week at the moment. I'm a little bit sort of working out what I'm going to be doing for my holiday at the moment. I'm off for the next week and a half. So potentially, I hope we get some more videos out, maybe some more reaction videos, or well, not reaction videos, but more kind of content I want to try to sort of make and do. If people want to see any of the Final Fantasy XIV stuff, let me know. Likewise, if you want to see me do more Resident Evil or more horror stuff, again, grudgingly let me know, and we'll see what we do with that one. But thank you for watching, and hopefully have a fantastic February.